Hello everyone, this is Usha this side, and today I'm here to discuss with you guys about Kubernetes core concepts. And I will try to make my best to give you a basic understanding of Kubernetes and also the hands-on knowledge. So, I wrote this article which contains the theoretical portion, like what is Kubernetes, why we need it, then what is Kubernetes object, which is also sometimes known as K objects, how to create these K objects, what are the different techniques used to manage these, then what are the different Kubernetes components, and what is pod, how we can create and configure a pod, and how we can debug them or inspect them when there is some problem in order to get a solution. And yeah, the last one is the hands-on knowledge about whatever theory we are going through. So let's get started with our hands-on knowledge. And before I start the hands-on knowledge, I would say that please go through, at least give a single reading to the article, so it will really help you to understand the basics. And also it will create a background for you what we're gonna do in the hands-on experience. So in Kubernetes world, all the commands we use starts with kubectl. So kubectl, many different people pronounce it differently, so I'm sorry if there is any problem with you saying me kubectl. So let's get started. First of all, I want to see that what are the Kubernetes related things present on my machine. So kubectl get all, this is a command. You can see that I have Kubernetes installed on my machine. That's it, nothing else. Then I also want to check the version, kubectl version. Perfect, cool. I generally make typo mistakes, so I prefer to use alias name, which can be written like this, and I'm putting K as kubectl, the shortcut. So K for kubectl. Let's see it's working or not by checking the version. Yeah, it's the same. And what if I do K get all? It should also be the same as we did. Yeah, it's the same. You can see here this one is same. Okay, let's clear the screen. So the next step for us will be to create a namespace. So there are two things regarding namespace. One is namespace and the other one is namespaces. So you will come across the thing, this thing while giving this all commands. So for example, if it's just the namespace, write in, and if it's namespaces, write ns. These are the two shortcuts. So for example, right now I want to create a namespace for my own name created namespace. So how I can create it in Kubernetes? So it will be like k create and then ns for namespaces, and you can provide any name. I would say I would prefer this name for me. Yeah, cool. So our namespace udpep got created. The next very step is that I want to create my pod. How to do that? So for creating a pod, we should go with k run, then whatever pod name you want to give. I want to give UD pod. I'm just putting UD, which is my initials, so that it will be easy for me for telling you like how things are working. K run UD pod dash image equal to, and now I want to use Nginx image here. So Nginx, I also need to provide the version, which is 1.15.12. Okay, don't enter, have patience. So now the next step should be minus restart, which is equal to never with capital N, and then provide single minus pod. No, sorry, it's double minus pod equal to 80. That's a local pod I'm giving. And then you can write minus namespaces, namespace, and then the name. But instead of that, the other shortcut is just write minus n. And I want to create this pod in my own namespace, not the default one. So I'm going to use, so from this command, it is clear that I want to create a pod which gonna use this image and having the pod ID, and the location will be this namespace. So this minus restart equal to never means the Kubernetes automatically understand that you are talking about creation of a pod. Okay, so just to do it, let's see. Cool, again a pod got created. So next let's do get k get pods. If I just write this command, it will check in the default namespace. Let's see. Yeah, it is checking in default namespace, and it doesn't found any resources over there because the one we created is in the namespace named as udpip. Okay, so if I want to check my just the recent pods created, so I will put -n and then the namespace. Always remember that you have to provide the namespace because that's the location, right? So this is the pod which got created, this is the status, restarts, and this is the age. So this is very important because this information tells you like the liveliness and the readiness of your pod. Okay, so now the next step will be like okay, in our case the pods got successfully created, but what if there is some problem, there is some issue, you want to know in depth like what happened, you want to see the logs, you want to get more description. So how to do that? So for that, it's easy, it's not that tough, so don't get nervous. It's k describe, then pod, and then your pod name, which is in our case is UD pod. Again, as usual, you have to provide the namespace, which is this one. Okay, so it's giving you all the details, like these are like your IP address, then the containers, image, container ID. So most of the time, generally Kubernetes use Docker. Docker is a very famous container which is being used, but apart from that, it also supports other containers. And yeah, this is the image we are using. This is the state, this is the timing. Yeah, and it had never got restarted. I mean, it is started, but it never got restarted, so the count is 0. Okay, let me clear this. And now, so after description, so we are talking about what if there is the problem with some pod creation. So first of all, check with your description what we did just now, and the second one, now you want to edit it, you want to correct it. So the next command is k edit, then the same pod, your pod name, and -n, which is namespace ud.prep. So here it is allowing you to make some changes wherever you want. I mean, wherever you found that the problem exists. In my case, there is no problem, so I'm not making any changes. I came here to show you that this is the place and how you can edit it. So I'm just going back. So you can see that edit cancel, no changes made. What next? Now, these are really the basic steps you should know about when you are talking about the core concepts. So now I want to delete my pod. So pods are not self-healing. They can't, once they are dead, they can't heal themselves and come again. No, it never happens. So they are not capable of self-healing. They die. And to delete the pods, there are different things, like how you can do it. There is one command -rm, which means whenever you create once the pod completes its work, it gets deleted automatically. Second one, which I'm gonna do now, which is k delete delete, and then my pod ud pod and -m prep. Okay, cool. I was talking about I want to see the IP address, which will be k get pods -n ud web. Now use -o and then wide. So here you can see the IP address. This is what I wanted to show you. You can also redirect this one to your local port. Okay, and yeah, so let's delete our pod. And now I want to delete my namespace, so which is k delete nsut pep. Perfect, cool. At the end, I want to run the same command from where I started, which is k get all. Yeah, things are deleted, so which means it's cool, it's worked as we wanted. Okay, but yeah, just remember, if you have any question or any query, any suggestion, please feel free to reach me out. And yeah, let me know if you found this video interesting or not. Okay then, see ya, bye bye.